Hello everyone, welcome back to the Jikook Moments channel. Have you ever witnessed a tiny moment, a soft sound and a brief glance, that somehow feels like it's revealing a huge secret? When Jimin let out that soft moan, it wasn't just the mood that shifted, it was the way Jungkook responded, as if they shared a secret language only the two of them understood, leaving all of us speechless. Was it just a joke? Fan service? Or was it a subtle sign of a deeper connection not many people know about? Let's dive deeper into a moment that made many armies believe this wasn't just a coincidence. When Jimin let out that little moan, the atmosphere changed instantly. Jungkook reacted immediately, as if he instantly understood the meaning behind that gesture. What was striking wasn't just Jimin's voice, but how Jungkook responded, trying to hold back laughter, a gaze he couldn't hide, and a pull that felt completely natural. This wasn't just a casual interaction, it was a connection that had grown and rooted itself over time. In a room full of BTS members, only Jungkook reacted that way. That exclusive response reinforced the idea that Jimin was sharing something personal and meaningful. Like someone who hears a song and knows the next note because they know it by heart, Jungkook's reaction felt automatic. Jimin's signal didn't seem like a coincidence. It felt like a message meant for one person, and Jungkook received it, in front of everyone, without hiding a thing. This moment reflects the trust they've built. In the past, Jikook interactions were more subtle and rare. But now, they no longer try to hide what they feel or how they look at each other. They don't need to mask their closeness because that bond has grown strong, evident to anyone who chooses to see it. To some, this kind of moment may seem like just a small fragment. But to those who've followed the Jikook journey closely, it's a piece of the puzzle that over the years has started forming a clear picture. Their gestures, glances, and reactions form a language that only they understand. When Jungkook hugged Jimin and lifted him up in front of cameras and many people, Jimin let out the same sound as he had before in a similar situation. It wasn't accidental. It was a repeated gesture, as if it held a special meaning only for the two of them. Jungkook immediately understood it, as though Jimin was speaking without words. And his response wasn't confusion or surprise, but genuine laughter, like someone who gets an inside joke. What makes this moment so powerful is the fact that it all happened in front of the other BTS members and staff. Yet they acted like they were the only two people in the room. That freedom to show closeness reflects a relationship not bound by context, but born of deep trust. And the fact that Jimin only does this with Jungkook emphasizes that it's not just for show. Often, people mistake their interactions as fan service, hugs, touches, or intense gazes written off as part of the performance. But if you look closely, it's clear that this isn't acting. Nothing feels forced or scripted. They're not trying to impress anyone. They're simply being themselves, as if living in their own little world. What sets Jimin and Jungkook's relationship apart is the fact that they don't need words to understand each other. With just a glance, they seem to know exactly what the other is thinking and feeling. That's not something you achieve with just anyone. It's a bond built from time, from intimacy, and from moments not shared with others. The biggest change in their relationship is how the gestures that were once hidden are now clearly visible. Before, only the most observant fans could spot them. Now, they're out in the open. And when Jimin gives a meaningful signal and Jungkook responds without hesitation, it shows that some things don't need explanation. They just get each other. When Jimin made that sound, he wasn't just expressing something physically. He was inviting a reaction from Jungkook, maybe as a reminder of something only they know. A shared experience, a private joke, or a memory not meant for anyone else. And Jungkook understood it instantly. That's what matters most. It's not what they say, but how they read each other. Jungkook, even while trying to keep a straight face, couldn't hide his laughter. That natural reaction shows that their relationship has evolved and now goes beyond ordinary limits. Even with others around, no one reacts like Jungkook does. It's an exclusive understanding. What's most striking is how natural everything now feels for them. Nothing is forced, nothing is hesitant. And those who follow the Jungkook story know there's no need for a confession. You can see it in the way they look at each other, touch each other, and laugh at things only they understand. None of it is a coincidence, it's part of the history they've built together. When Jimin leaned close to Jungkook, their lips nearly touching, there was no fear, no nervous laughter. Just trust and calm. The body doesn't lie. And Jimin's body always gravitates toward Jungkook, holding his hand, touching his hair, leaning on him, or laughing at something only they get. Little things, repeated over and over, can no longer be dismissed as coincidence. They don't do this with the other members. Jimin doesn't make that sound, doesn't hug as intimately, or show the same gestures to anyone else as he does to Jungkook. And that makes all the difference. If it were just a performance, he'd do it with everyone. But he doesn't. What they have seems to go beyond simple descriptions like close or in sync. It's like a silent symphony between two hearts resonating at the same frequency. Even in silence, there is communication. When Jimin sighs or bites his lip, Jungkook reacts as if his body is tuned to every small change. Not from habit, but from attention, genuine, full, and constant. They've never announced anything, but their presence is enough of a statement. When the world watches, they don't hide anything, but they also don't explain. Like a secret that doesn't need to be spoken because you can already feel it in the way they stand side by side. There's a comfort that can't be faked. An unmissable aura of attachment. And maybe, behind every small laugh from Jimin or soft smile from Jungkook, there are hundreds of conversations they've already had, during late-night practices, in silent embraces, in meaningful glances after the stage lights have gone dark. What remains is just the two of them. And that's where love, in its purest form, lives, without needing a name. To the world, they may just be two close BTS members. But for those of us who pay attention to every little detail, we know there's something much deeper. A relationship built on trust, on small acts of care, and on body language that needs no translation. If you felt the same way from this moment, don't forget to like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to keep following the meaningful stories of Jungkook. Because behind every smile from Jimin and every gaze from Jungkook, there might be a story they've never told, but one we can always feel. See you in the next video. Stay tuned, ARMY.